So hi, Kelly.
Hi, Tara. Welcome back to Live at the Loft. I'm Kelly Guest.
And I'm Terry Knight. It's been a while, once again.
It has. A lot has been going on.
Yeah. Well, still stuff with, my husband, so there's continuing of that, but he is doing much, much better, so wahoo.
He's eating. He can eat actual human food again, which is massive.
Little bits at a time, but he can definitely eat it, so.
Well, it's a new stomach,
We
gotta break
it's
it in.
A whole new front.
We gotta, condition it. It's like seasoning a pan, that you're gonna use.
That's a very good point.
And he's a cook. You could try that on him when he's grumpy.
Yeah.
And he'll probably hit you with a frying pan, but that's all right.
It's cast iron, I better be careful.
You've been really getting some good tractor time in though.
No.
Since he's been not feeling well.
We have a John Deere tractor. I love John Deere. And it's so fun. It is. It's really fun. You just strap yourself in and you go out there. It's got like a 5 foot wide mowing deck. It's like awesome.
All my nephews were fascinated with tractors, but Terry, I expected more. I have no desire whatsoever to drive a tractor.
If you had 2 acres of lawn to mow,
yeah,
it would become really important to have a 5 foot mowing deck.
Analogy does not work.
Oh,
because I don't mow.
You would never.
I don't mow. I just don't mow.
You are such a princess.
No mow.
Okay then.
What do you want to get started with? I have a pile of stuff here, and it could be a pile. It could turn out to be a pile, or it could be highly entertaining. I don't know.
Well, kick it off. Let's see what you got.
I need to talk about Facebook. There's so many things. It's been almost 6 months for me finally now, and you get into it, and it becomes this giant vortex that you get sucked into, and then you get obsessed with it, then you kind of get bored with it, and you ride your waves, and then you find eventually, so I find from all of my other friends that have been doing this longer, you come to your Facebook piece, the point where how often you are going to post, and you have your thing, and you get into your groove. I can't say I'm totally there, but I've gone through another round of things where I've decided this is what I like and this is what I don't like. Before I go there, I have to start with one thing and I'm not even Catholic, but Pope Benedict is now on Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah.
Messages from the Vatican.
You can send virtual postcards, through those request things. We'll get to those in just a minute. Put a fish in my cove. Yeah, no. But then also you can follow the Pontiff's Travel on your iPhone.
Wow, that's something that I'll have to not do.
The first day, Pope to you is what it's called.
Pope to you. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, poping off. Don't pope off. But 45,000 contacts signed up right away.
I'm not surprised.
500,000 page views. And they used these postcards with the photos and little messages, 10,000 sent straight away. You can also get an application for your iPod and your iPhone to provide audio news on the Pope's trips, speeches, and other Catholic events. So the Pope...
Does that also discuss other events that they don't like talked about?
Well, I'm sure not on their site, because that's their little fiefdom, Now that's for the rest of us to be snarky and post news stories and things like that.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Pope even has a Facebook page and presence now brings me to the other people. There are those of us who do, and then there are those who don't Facebook. And some people are conscientious Facebook objectors. Mm-hmm. And one very good friend of ours, they refuse to because it's hot. Now, I get that logic.
I do too.
Because I'm that kind of person. Mm-hmm. And the fact that nobody ever, have you noticed this? Because I'm finding it now. Nobody will ever just fade out of your life anymore with this, unless you hide them.
Which she just told me about.
I don't know how long.
And I was so impressed because I've hid like 3 people.
Were they really chatty?
Far. Yes, it's like every time they would post a ton of different things. And it would be, see me, look at me do this. I'm doing this. I'm working really hard. Really? Because you're on Facebook almost 24 hours a day. So how could you possibly get any work done? And if you have that much work, you know what? I'm free.
Toss me.
I'll take some of your work.
That's the quandary. How often you're right.
Yeah, okay.
How often to post, no worries, without being annoying. You know, you want to keep up with your friends, and so I started looking at the ones that I liked the best. What did I find most interesting? What, you know, and so I started kind of making a template for my posts.
Oh, you created one of your...
I just have a way that I post now.
Okay.
And I do it once, maybe twice a day, unless something major comes along. And I have a certain little style that I've developed that I'm really happy with, because at least I know that I would read me and not hide it. But what's getting out of control are all these things. And okay, sending the drinks back and forth can be fun, but when you've got 36 of them, and then you get all these, I mean, I turned off all the email. I don't get notifications to my email or my phone when people anymore, because my God,
really?
But those requests, I think I'm done with those. What about you?
I'm completely done with those. I'm a master gardener. I hate that little green patch. I'm so over that. It's not real, people. It just doesn't fulfill me.
Like actual dirt.
Yeah.
Well, the last little Facebook rant piece that I have, and this really has been a quandary, I think, for most of us, certainly since AOL came with, first with online chatting, and then of course instant messaging, and now there's a chat feature on Facebook. I have never come to complete and total terms with online chatting, because you never know, again, when you can bail out. You don't want to be offensive, but you can't just sit there for the rest of the night. Or,
well, you know what I've done? Because I've had people, fire up the chat with me.
Fire it up!
Yeah. And, I mean, these are people that are really nice, but I have met them twice. And that's fine. And we have something in common. We have a nice little conversation. Then it's like, okay, I'm over this, and I need to do some other things.
So what do you do? How do you disengage?
I tell them I have to go. And then I shut down Facebook.
Yeah, because you can't.
Because you can't.
They can see you.
I know. They can see that you're still sitting on there. So it's like, well, now I gotta shut the whole thing down so I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, because they're really
so
no, wait, I have to go because I'm tired of you, but I would like to go back to what I was doing here on Facebook. I know.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's.
If it was you, I'm really sorry.
I think we should probably change the subject, so let's take a little quick break here.
Okay, let's do that. Oh.
We'll
be back live at the loft.
You've been outed. You outed yourself.
You did it. You made me.